what is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight. This is Chaos Central's the Boba Fett or Book of Boba Fett Roundtable. And just so you guys know, that lovely intro was given to us by Onzo Biggerford Entertainment. Great job as always. He hopefully will be here soon. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I do have 4 guys here with me. Got another 2 that might show up. But we're going to get to this really quick. First off, let's get you guys a chance to talk about your channels and what's going on right now. We'll start with you, Mr. Comic. Tell everybody about yourself and what you do.
Which comics?
This off. Well, comics and comics.
All right.
It's
hey, everybody.
And comic.
I know. Hey, everybody.
Come on.
Go ahead, Danny. I'm sorry.
No,
you.
You were first.
Stop confusing me, Chris. Jesus.
You know what? I'm doing just about as good a job as you are making people cry over this.
I know.
Let's say vanilla comics and I'm chocolate comics. Okay, we can get right there.
Okay.
There we
go with that from now on.
I'm Comics Division. You can follow me on Twitter at Comics Division. I have my own channel where you can watch me hate on the Book of Boba Fett. Well, at least this episode. Anyway, that's it. How's it going, folks?
All right, Danny, go ahead.
I am Danny K. Comic Chat. I too have a channel. We were on a little bit of a hiatus for the holidays, but tomorrow we'll be back full force, full strength. Please catch us tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my show, Chaotic Conversation. I haven't thought of topics yet, but I'm sure I will think of them between now and tomorrow night. I'm ready to go forward with this this roundtable. I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Last but not least, Mr. Ninjroid243. Tell everybody about yourself and what you're up to.
All right. Well, you guys can personally find me on my own YouTube channel, Ninjroid243, where we do lots of fan edits over there where I try fix movies. My current project is episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. So if you guys want to come over and support that, be sure to do that because there's a lot of cool shit out there. So yeah. And that's about it, Chris. Thank you for having me on.
As you know, always, I am Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is my channel. Lots of stuff over there. We're going to get back to some of our old shows and stuff here before too long. Do me a favor, Zilla Nation, I love food. #1, guys, thank you for being here. Make sure you share this stream out and tell everybody that we're live right now, just in case the notifications never aren't working because, well, that's normal. I got somebody really quick off topic here. I got somebody's notification that they went live a day and a half after they went live.
That happens, man.
I know. It's like, is it that hard to figure out how to get this thing to work? Oh my God. Anyways, with that said,
sucks, man.
I know. Let's get to it really quick here. First, overall impressions, as we always do. Comics, we'll let you go ahead and just get to it. Just
my overall impression of this episode is that this is not Boba Fett. This is Jake Fett or Beta Fett, as I like to call him. But this is not the actual Boba Fett, and we'll get into that later.
Very good. Very good. Danny, what's your first overall impression?
I liked it. Star Wars for a long time has been such a pile of crap, and I've seen vast improvement, in my opinion, from the Mandalorian when we saw the Ahsoka episode and that transition to Luke Skywalker moment. And now I think Boba Fett's gonna be the same thing. I know for some people it's starting off slow, and it seems that the cool thing to do now is being an anti-hero. But I have no problem with it because sometimes an anti-hero can do the right thing, and sometimes we need that individual to be an asshole and a pain and to do the things that a hero can't do. So and I'm gonna make a comparison. Sometimes Batman can do the shit that Superman can't do. Because Superman has these set of rules and standards that he can't break, but Batman can sometimes do it, and sometimes we cheer for that shit because sometimes we need stuff done that we can't do because we have to play within the rules. So this is what I think they're going to do with Boba Fett, and I personally don't have a problem with it. First episode, if you're asking for excitement, maybe not so much, but it gave me a background, and it gave me things I heard about, but now I got an actual picture to put with things I heard about. So I thought it was cool overall.
So, what's the line? What's the line from Ghostbusters 2 that Vecman says, What I'm trying to say, doll, is sometimes shit happens and somebody's got to do something about it. And who are you going to call?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I got you. That's basically what you're saying with that line. Okay, very good. Nindroid, tell me what you think overall of this episode.
I thought it was actually really good, honestly. Maybe I might be praising it above others, but honestly, I've been in a Star Wars, like, just meh straight, like fatigue, kind of. Like, ever since Bad Batch really came out with mediocre episodes for the most part till the end and all of that. So, yeah. I enjoyed it.
All right, very good. I'm going to say that I liked what they were trying to do with this. I liked that they went through and basically started where everybody wanted to see what they might do with how they got him out, or because there was some question exactly if was Disney going to follow the lines that some of the the EU stuff did.
The Dark Empire stuff.
Exactly, and I'm not going to say they did it exact, but they did at least start in that point. Of course, they separate very quickly after the Sarlacc pit. So, but I mean, George Lucas never intended the EU to be canon. I mean, there's thousands of interviews out there that he says. So you know what? Fine. I'm not a big happy person about how Disney treats the stuff that George Lucas came up with, but still, I didn't hate this episode. I think I like the way they showed this. There are some issues though. So I'm going to say I was happy, at least with the effort put forward to the first episode of this. Let's talk about what we liked. I'll get to you, comics, since it'll probably be 5-6 seconds after everybody else goes. So we'll start with you, Nindroid. Nindroid, go ahead and tell us, what did you think? What did you like about this episode?
I liked the callbacks to the other films, starting with the Attack of the Clones flashback and all of that, the quick flashbacks and all of that, when he was dreaming and all of that in the back of tank. I like that, just callback, and also that's actually a shot that George Lucas did, but it was a little bit expanded and all of that. It was never used for Attack of the Clones. So I actually like that. They include something of George's. And then I like that he got out of the Sarlacc pit. I like that we saw it. Now, the EU did it a lot better, in my opinion, but I liked it still. I liked a lot of things of this episode. I like the setup, basically. And I think they made some characters, especially Boba Fett, feel a lot like unlike Boba Fett, to basically show us. I feel like this show is going to show us how Boba Fett became more honorable and less of a violent man, if that makes any sense, by being with the Sarlacc people. No, not Sarlacc people. My God, the Sand
people.
Points
the Tusken Raiders. Yeah, the Tusken Raiders.
It's all right.
My God. But anyway, I feel like we're going to be getting that story, while also we're going to be getting that story of how Boba Fett is like slowly becoming more like how he was truly. And we even have little like teases to that, like Fennec Shand is saying, you need to kill them, to strike fear and all that. And I liked Fennec Shand in this episode as well. I'm a lot more interested, honestly, in the present day stuff, I guess, than the flashbacks and all that, because I do have some, problems with the flashbacks. But honestly, yeah, that's what I liked about the episode.
That's very good. Danny, what did you like about it?
I'm going to echo some of the same stuff that Ninja did. I like some of the flashbacks. Like I said, it's one thing to hear a story, but then when you see it, sometimes you can get more out of it than actually hearing a story. You kind of visualize stuff in your mind's eye when people tell you a story. And then sometimes when you see it, you want to see if it matches up with what you thought it was. And like I said, I knew he went to the Sarlacc pit, didn't know how he got out. I saw how he got out, and how he was able to win over the Sand people, because based on what we always was told, the Sand people were kind of like inhospitable. if you weren't one of them, they would kill you. Now we kind of see a little bit, kind of pull back some of the layers into their history and whatever's going on with them, and then you see how he built a relationship with them, and then apparently Mandalorian has the same relationship. I think one of the episodes he was able to get the same people on his side. So I was just happy to see some of the stuff that I've heard. I'm trying to put real life with this, and sometimes you got to put real life with stuff. Sometimes you got to realize that it's the fairy tale and the fantasy side of it. I think something me and Comics talked on the cell phone on a conversation, and I think he's probably going to talk about it. I'm going to go into it first. He was saying about the anti-hero stuff. Well, if memory serves me correct, we only saw Boba Fett on screen maybe 20, 25 minutes. So I don't see
thereabouts. Yeah.
How much?
I said thereabouts. Yeah.
Okay, about 20, 25 minutes. So is that enough time for us to determine that he is like this evil killer machine? Now it's enough time for us to determine that he's a badass.
I don't know, man. I think no disintegrations pretty much sums up his character.
Yeah, I think, but sometimes you gotta act like.
There's also that scene too at Cloud City where he gets ready to shoot Chewbacca, and it's Vader that gets him to back off.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not saying he's not a badass. I'm just saying that when you're young, sometimes you can try and make a name for yourself, and then as you get older and wiser, you learn different ways and learn when to cut that shit on and off. The police officer I was 15 years ago and 20 years ago is way different than the police officer I am now. So I'm just saying, if we take it in real life and try to apply it to this, then maybe Boba Fett can change. Is it something that the fans want to see? That's going to be very divisive.
I don't have a problem with him changing. I just want to see it rather than just have him be, oh, I'm a good guy now. It's like that does not fit your character.
Well, I think that the anti-hero is just a hot ticket now. All these characters being anti-heroes, for whatever reason, that is the thing that is popular now in storytelling. And then sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I guess for you, it's not so much your cup of tea. For me,
no, I do like good anti-heroes. Absolutely. But at the same time, I also like good villains too, and I want him to stay a villain. I mean, this is something that Disney has done a lot of, where they go and take a villain in a series and have them just be like a misunderstood anti-hero, and it's like that's not the case. They're supposed to be bad.
I agree. Well, we all know who I want to see and what I want to see.
Yeah, Mace Windu, buddy. I
don't even have to mention it, but they did put some out there where he saw the helmet where Mace sliced his dad's head off. So fingers crossed, they might do something involving that individual, which would make me ecstatic. But like I said, for so long, I've been out in love with Star Wars, and for this, I'm feeling Jon Favreau, so I liked it. Overall, I liked it.
All right, guys.
Also like the little quick shout out to how when he was put on his suit. That show was reminiscent of Iron Man put on his stuff. So I think Jon Favreau likes throwing that in there, because when he was putting his suit, gauntlets, and all that armor on, I saw Iron Man doing that stuff. So wink, wink, Jon Favreau.
All right, comics.
I'm trying to remember what did I actually like about the episode. I thought Jessica Biel and the whole thing with like her little parlor or her club that she had was kind of cool, for that character. I did like some of the parkour stuff. I like the fact that Fennec Shand actually acted like a bounty hunter or a antagonist, so to speak. Yeah. All those things that Boba Fett should have been. And
did you like the music?
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to the music. So,
that sounded like a mariachi guitar. The way he was.
Yeah, I heard somebody was saying. I know Robert Rodriguez directed it, and which is a damn shame, because I really wish they kind of let him unchained, because he's a badass director, and I'm pretty sure we could have gotten something way better if Disney probably didn't constrain him. I think he would be a good director for the series.
Yeah.
And if they let him do the type of things that he would do.
I hope they don't, like, You know how in the Mandalorian they had like 6 or 7 different directors, like they kind of taking turn passing.
Yeah.
No, they don't do that. Let one, maybe two do it. Unlike when I direct one, then Sean direct one, and you direct one, and Ninja. I don't know if sometimes that don't. You got different views and stuff, and I don't know if the continuity will be just as good as it is if just 1 or 2 cooks are in the kitchen versus 6 or 7. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine. I mean, that's all I really have. I mean, there's not like a lot of things. I'm not going to be heaping praise on this show.
All right. Anything else? Nothing? No?
I think that's everything that kind of came to mind.
All right. Like, nothing else about this. Nothing else comments? Nothing.
Nothing comes to mind.
Resolute states that it was Rodriguez playing the guitar.
Nice.
Which is possibly very true. First off, about the whole Boba Fett villain thing, he's a hired gun. Yeah. He's paid to either stop, capture, kill, whatever he's sent after. So the whole disintegration line is he's known for disintegration, first off. And Vader would say, no, I don't want that because I want this guy alive. Exactly. So all it is it's him saying, you're hired. All of you are hired. Whoever brings him to me gets the money, but I don't want him dead. I don't want him disintegrated. So it's kind of set in this point, and that also he's wanting to capture Solo at that time because Jabba has the bounty out on him too. So there's like double a reason. He's a hired gun. He doesn't. All it's about is the money. So I don't think that makes him absolutely a villain. I think it makes him ruthless. But now
he is working for the Empire, so I think that says something right there.
Well, but Solo worked for the Empire too.
Yeah, but he ultimately left the Empire.
That's true. But I mean, I just think that in this context. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, in the other context too, is he didn't work just for the Empire. He worked directly for Vader.
Yes. Okay. But I think also in this context is that now that he has his own thing, it's his. He wants to make it what he wants it to be. And he feels that the intimidation that he believes he has, which is funny because he doesn't have that intimidation right now on this planet, which I think they're already showing that. I think it's that was a very good plan. I'm getting into my likes now, but I think that they did set up the fact that he isn't respected yet. He wants to be respected, and he wants to go with respect. Fennec
I would agree with you on that. That's something they can work with, and
exactly.
And we'll get into why I dislike certain things. And I'll kind of give my piece on how it should have been played out. But anyway, I agree. I think people should be afraid of him and not respect him.
Exactly. I think, and that's what Fennec is trying to tell him is listen, you can't play respect with these people up front. If you want them to respect you later, you make them fear you first, and then you might back off a little bit and then let them respect you. But I think what she's trying to say is that not doing what they're used to is not a good play. And I think they're going to play this out over time.
I understand that. It's just not the way he would do things, though. I think he would go overboard.
And there's a good possibility. But what I really liked about this is that they did show how he got out of the Starlight Pit. It was really quick and easy. I mean, the whole over dramatics of the and some of that stuff. We'll get to that later. But I liked that they showed that. I think I think it was interesting how they showed the Sand people, the Tusken Raiders. We know that that's who he went with, but they're showing how exactly. They're showing exactly how that all came to be. I'm okay with this episode with that because it needed to be shown. This stuff needed to be out there. Bringing a character like this back, because the last time we saw this character, was what was it? Do I even have it in here? Probably not. I have my Starlight Pit thing. If I go over here really quick, last time we saw him, he was doing the whole diving off of the. I can't even find it. I can't believe I can't find it.
Let's say diving.
maybe not diving, gracefully falling. No, not really. No. So that's the last time you saw him. So it's like the 5 seconds you get of that. It's nice at least that they decided the first thing we need to do is show how he got out. And the whole out of the Starlight Pit thing was absolutely to the EU stuff, but it definitely took a change from that point, if I remember right. It was nothing like that after. But I just like the fact, yeah.
Okay, he took like the breathing apparatus from the stormtrooper that was in there. So what the hell was he doing before then?
See,
Good
now you're
question,
getting into
Danny.
some of these things we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's
Things that don't make sense
say,
for $100, Alex.
I liked that they at least recognized that they couldn't just pick up where he's seen in The Mandalorian. They couldn't just pick up when he sits on the throne. They used those points in there. The Bacta tank, I liked that. That was a nice little thing. I think Android said it, that was kind of an idea that Lucas had.
Yeah.
But comics makes a good point about that too that we can get to here a little bit later.
They used Bacta tanks before. I mean, Luke was in one in Empire.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's,
And also
I
Vader would be in them too. Whenever
Yes.
castle and stuff.
Yeah.
But those are some of the things I liked. So let's go with what we didn't like. And comics, I'm going to let you start since I know you have a list.
Oh, I have a list, all right, buddy.
I see him just going up like, let's see here.
Let me straighten up my notes here. Number 1, convenient stormtrooper in the Sarlacc pit. Considering there was no stormtroopers and that the Jabba fight, I'm not sure how exactly that stormtrooper ended up there. That is definitely something I think would need to deserve an explanation. The fact that he's just standing there, standing, whatever, but tangled there.
Can I ask you a question?
No damage to his armor whatsoever indicates that he should be fresh, which means it happened recently. And for the guy to be like, I guess already dead at this point doesn't make any sense either. But I don't know, whatever.
Danny has a question.
Go ahead, Danny.
Could have been for something that we seen that happened many years ago or months before then. Because
I think the armor wouldn't be as white as it was.
But to me, it looked like the actual flesh was gone and just the armor was sitting there. That's what it looked like to me.
Considering you can't really tell the flesh.
I mean, it looked like you know how if somebody's in something, they look kind of full, and it's like it was shrunk and decayed. That's how it looked to me. Like it was decayed body inside of the armor. That's what it looked.
I think that if even whatever armor they have, I don't know if it's plastic, whatever, that armor would have been degraded if he was in there over time. Yeah. Much like the Beskar would probably get damaged as well over time. It may not be completely corroded like the armor, but like I said, it's convenient. Stormtrooper is awfully convenient. And the fact that he pulled the oxygen hose, and again, it's rubber. You think it would deteriorate or corroded as well, and plugs it into his, and it's like, okay, wouldn't that mean that the guy should still be alive too? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that don't make any sense. If you're in the self-contained armor, like both of them are, I don't understand how he got scarred up. That doesn't make any sense unless there's actual damage to his clothing. That would make sense. I could understand like the cloth being deteriorated and those parts having the acid burns, but the area that's protected by the armor, maybe not so much. And when he gets out, you see that his clothing is basically fine. So, I mean, there's all sorts of issues there. I don't have a problem with the Jawas taking his armor because obviously they got to explain it. And the thing that does bother me about that was taken straight from Chuck Wendig's novel, who I can't stand, but whatever, it's continuity at this point. And then he gets found by the Sand People. They would have killed him. I'm sorry. They would have flat out killed the dude. I don't understand why they took him prisoner, other than the fact that it's for plot convenience.
Didn't they take Anakin's mother prisoner? And didn't they keep her alive?
Was she also dead too?
No,
they
find her. She's alive.
They kept her alive
when she gets there.
Okay,
so I mean,
fine. I get it. But yeah, they leave them tied up, and it's just like, what are you supposed to be doing with these prisoners at this point? Okay, they have them digging for like water pods. Okay,
yeah.
But the moment he gets free, and he would not have helped the Rodian. He's like, "Do you need some help?" And he starts screaming. Boba Fett would have killed him at that point. And after that, I think he would have gone and probably slaughtered the rest of the Tuscans if he was capable of doing so. The other thing too, somebody made a comment on my video saying, "Oh well, he didn't have any food and water. That's why he was, he got his ass kicked." It's like, why would they take him prisoner then if they weren't going to give him food and water and keep him alive? There's just a lot of things that just don't make sense to me. It's like if they weren't going to give him food and water, they would just kill him. It's like, why take him at that point? So there's just a lot of things that just don't make sense to me with this. It just seems like for plot convenience. If they wanted to have it where he establishes a relationship with them, which I guess he technically did because of him killing the Kraken from Clash of the Titans. But go ahead, Danny.
I didn't say it saved a little boy. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but there's certain things I think it's funny. It's like he can't beat a Tusken Raider female, but he can beat this monster that is twice his size with a chain.
That was a female? I thought it was like
no, that was a female warrior essentially. Yeah, you could basically tell, and if you actually check the credits, I'm correct on IMDb if you look at it. Anyway, I mean, there's just a lot of like because convenience or because plot, but that monster would have torn him to pieces too. It would have made a lot more sense if he had a blaster to take it down, but again, he's a prisoner. The other thing too, we know that there's some time after Mandalorian because he got the fresh new coat of paint on his armor. And if you look at it now, it's scratched up. So you know that there's been more time since then. Obviously, he had those battles with stormtroopers when he went and, helped the Mandalorian out. But he gets his ass kicked by these assassins that are trying to take him out. And again, he has a jetpack. Why didn't he use it? It's like, why didn't he reach for his blaster? All these things that happened. It's like, yeah, he uses wrist rockets. That's kind of cool. But it's like, this is not the Boba Fett that we know. And again, it's like when he's receiving tribute at the very beginning, that one guy that was like the mayor's attaché, and he's like, "Oh, I don't have any tribute." I could see him just wasting the dude right there. And Fennec being like, "Whoa, buddy." I can see Boba Fett more ruling through cruelty and fear than anything else. And then maybe Fennec being like, boss, you got to tone him down. You can't keep doing this stuff because if you start acting like Vader and just killing all these people, they're not going to respect you and they're going to try and get rid of you. That would make more sense for them to set like the assassins on him. And then have him learn to dial it down and be less vicious and cruel. That is what I think we should have seen from the series rather than him being, it's about respect. It's like we have no transition between that attitude and what he's projecting now in this series. So like I said, this is not Boba Fett that we're seeing. It's Disney Boba Fett, which is fine if you want to go that route, but you have to show us how he gets from point A to point B. This is a very drastic change from what we've seen in Empire, and I would say, and technically Return of the Jedi, even though he, like you just played the clip, he gets taken out like a punk because of dumb luck, which would make sense. That's the only way to take him out would be dumb luck, and that's something that Han is very good at, is dumb luck. But it's not the character. It's not Boba Fett. That's ultimately a problem with the series. And it's like, I understand that you have to give a character flaws and whatnot, but his flaws are not his combat abilities. He's an experienced bounty hunter. There's a reason why he caught Han Solo and beat out the other bounty hunters, because he's the best in the galaxy. His flaws are not going to be cunning, combat, etc. It's going to be the fact that the dude is a terrible human being. His flaws are going to be the fact that he's cruel and ruthless. And those are the things that he would need to overcome in the series, but we're not going to see that.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I think that covers it.
Okay. All right. Comic. Danny, what do you think?
Some of those arguments that comics are very insightful. I don't think I'm going in as deep as he is with the things I did.
No disintegrations, Resolute Germ.
A little more aggressive Boba Fett, I think, would be better. But like we said, Jon Favreau is writing this. I don't know whether he's as inept with Star Wars lore as Dave Filoni, but Dave Filoni should be like, I need to write this a little bit more aggressive. I don't know. They may be starting off kind of slow because we know that Marvel stuff, and he's coming over from Marvel to Lucasfilm. It kind of starts off their stuff. Some stories fast, some slow. This one is slow, like what the comic said. I do think they're gonna make Boba Fett a anti-hero, which I'm totally cool with. I think them digging up the stuff in the sand that makes sense to me. I mean, who has piles of water in the sand? I'm not understanding that. I was like,
it's natural. It's like a natural fruit pod plant type thing.
That's the reason why they have moisture evaporators.
Okay.
Moisture out of the atmosphere.
I didn't see the vines.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
Anyway. I was thinking that maybe they gonna use are they cannibals? Or didn't I read somewhere that the sand people maybe are cannibalistic? So maybe they use these people as food. I don't know. That's one thing that makes sense to me. Why would they keep these people?
Yeah, I agree. Didn't make any sense to me either.
That was the only thing I was like, well, since like I heard that somewhere before, I don't know. I can't go back to where I heard of that, but maybe that was a plausible explanation why they're keeping these prisoners and stuff. I don't understand it. But the fight scene, I'm kind of inclined to agree with comics. I think that lizard thing, whatever it was, would have been easy. Would have been harder to kill than what it was, but they had to do that to win him over to the Sand People. So, okay, I'll go with that. But it should have been something. I think the fight should have been a little bit more harder. It seemed pretty easy to me. Based on what I saw and based on things I've seen in the past with Star Wars. But other than that, man, everything else I pretty much like. Just those couple of nitpicks.
All right. Android?
Okay. First, the time. I think this should have been a longer episode, honestly. Like, it was like, how long again? Like 30-ish minutes, 39?
I thought it was like 28. But
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
thereabouts.
It should be like 45 minutes. You know, like that's how it was for Mandalorian for the first episode and always the final episode. So I think they should have continued that trait with this show. Also, the whole thing where it's a child Tusken Raider that is having these prisoners. I'm sorry, like, that is just a huge problem. Like, you're telling me these people... I'd much rather the female warrior that kicked Boba Fett's ass to be the one, you know, having the slaves and all of that doing everything. Because that would actually make sense, because that female warrior has his staff that he will have in Mandalorian Season 2. And forward, so it's like it would feel a lot better. And yeah, I will even say the fight should have been a lot better. So yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
I agree with Android too. The child Tusken Raider being the keeper of the prisoners.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. He gets his ass kicked by a child too.
Didn't make much sense.
There is one last thing I forgot. The thing that doesn't make sense to me is why did the Gamorrean guards drag him off to the back to tank? Because we know at this point he's supposed to be fully healed, so to speak, based off of what we saw in Mandalorian. But somehow, you know, I don't remember what happened in that fight, but he did something and was dragged off to the back to tank. They stabbed
him a couple of times with those electric rods. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that was it. But it's.
I don't think he's fully healed from that back. I think
he sure seemed like he was fully healed in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Exactly. He seems perfectly fine there. And now it's like he's got something happened, and maybe we'll get to that. Really quick to Resolute Germ says he was built up mainly in the EU, mostly comics and secondary stories and novels. That's correct. But that's the problem. That's the problem too, though, because as much as I love the EU, and you know, I know a lot of people, you know, want to jump on Disney about this. But again, Lucas was the same way about the EU. He wanted it to kind of work with what he did, but a lot of it wasn't anything he paid attention to. And like I said, he's in plenty of different...
He didn't care. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't read any of that stuff about Boba Fett.
I understand. I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Well,
you.
I'm basing everything
I'm
off the
saying,
movies, not
yeah,
actually
exactly.
any of the comic series
No,
or anything like that.
and I understand where you're going. I'm just saying that if we're going to bring EU in this, you got to throw the EU out. And I don't mean that in a way that they can't take from the EU, because I think that Favreau and Filoni both are finding it a great way to bring EU stuff into Star Wars and then make it canon. They are taking some stuff from it and trying to integrate it.
But they're doing it
Not
poorly.
necessarily. Okay, I said not necessarily great, just but they're trying, and I mean, I'll give them the credit of that. What didn't I like about this? You guys mentioned it, the whole pod thing. It's like that whole Sand people thing. Listen, I know we know that he was with the Sand people. They've made that very clear because of the Mandalorian. We don't need 20 minutes of that. You could have gotten further with what's going on right now. You know, maybe we find out that he's adjusting to the climate or something, and that's why he's in the tank. Maybe we need to see him out and about. He gets in a fight. He has to go back to the bantha tank. That's when we get some of these quick flashback scenes. 5 minutes goes by. He gets out. We go do something else. I mean, they're spending a lot of time in this with stuff that we know enough about. The one thing we wanted to see, we got that right from the get-go. I like that. But the whole Sand people, the Tusken Raider thing was just way too much. And like comics says, like Nindroid said, like Danny also agreed with, when you got a kid taking the guys out to, why would you no warrior tribe, no Native Americans, no Vikings, no tribe has ever sent their children out to do a job like that. And I don't mean to be, listen, fine, female warriors, if they're part of the warrior group, then the female warrior would take them out. It's not about being a male or not. It's just a warrior or somebody of a hierarchy higher than a child would take two prisoners out to do that. For the sheer fact that the kid's going to do what the kid did, lay down and just kind of chill out, not pay attention. And that doesn't work. That just doesn't work. So that was a horrible scene.
Didn't he go to sleep, little boy?
Well, he was laying down in the shade area where the dude shaded him.
He was knocked the fuck out to me.
Well, and then he lays right on top of that damn creature. Why did it take so long for the creature? The kid had been laying down for a while. Why did it take so long for the creature?
It was the Rodian that found it, because he found the arm and
that's right.
Woke up.
Yeah, it's like, but they're digging. It's like, why didn't that happen?
It should have happened a lot sooner.
Exactly, because sand creatures that burrow, the big defense they have is that they sense movement on top of the sand. That's nature.
You think about tremors now. This ain't tremors.
No, it's not just tremors. The reason why that was used in tremors is because that is a natural thing for most arid creatures who burrow in things like sand. They don't have to follow that, whatever. It just seemed like it was way too late. It's like they were there for how long? They're digging in generally the same spot. This thing just happens to wake up. The Sand People thing was just way too long. I do have an issue. I love the thought that they brought back however you say his name, Temuera. Is it Tamara? The guy who plays
Boba Fett and Jango Fett.
Yeah. I love that you decided to do that. That's fine and dandy. It's really hard to watch him in and out of this bantha tank and all of that, and the age he is. He's a good 10 to 15 years older than he needs to be, and he's not the. Listen, Disney, you guys have the magic of doing de-aging. De-age the guy a little bit. Do something with this guy. It's really. I mean, I'm gonna go with it. It's just difficult, because I see this guy and I'm thinking this should be Boba Fett, let's say, closer to The Force Awakens. You know, not
the way
5
he
years
looks.
after.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy, and again, you brought up a very good point, is that he is not your standard clone. He is a clone that Jango Fett asked for no modifications of. No growth. No growth hormone, whatever they do.
Yeah. He's supposed to be closer to the age of Han Solo.
Exactly. So I like the guy. I like him. He's great, whatever. But it just either de-age the guy or find a different person. And they kind of already draw the land in the sand with the Mandalorian. So you got to de-age the guy. Just give it a little de-aging. That's all I'm asking. Man, it's not something that's going to take me completely out. It's just kind of difficult whenever he takes his helmet off. It's like,
well, let's do some quick math. If he's 8 in Attack of the Clones, and it's 5 years between
7 to 10.
Yeah, so is it 7 to 10? I thought it was like 5.
Well,
They always do
7 to 10 age-wise in Attack of the Clones.
That would put him around between 11 and 13, and it's 18 years after that. So he would be in his early 30s.
30s, and then 5 years. Well, and then that's to get to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Then by the time you get past it, so according to George Lucas, every one of those 3 years passes. So
Okay, it's 3 years. Okay, so he would be anywhere between maybe 35 to 37 at Return of the Jedi.
Add 15. And then add 5 more. So he's in his 40s. But this guy looks like he's upper 40s. So I don't know.
He would be in his 40s at the current era, whatever that time period is. How long? Yeah, we're guessing that it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Yeah. But when he came out, he would still look younger, even if he was scarred up.
Yeah. Resolute said he was 11 in Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
Well, that okay. So 11.
It still put him 14, in his early 30s, though, at the beginning of Star Wars.
32,
when we saw him in that, he would probably be 35, and he'd be 38 at Return 41. Of the Jedi.
Yeah, I mean it's around 41, but whatever. Anyways, I think the guy looks a little old for it now. He does not look like he did in Attack of the Clones. Let's just be honest. It was 30 years ago, whatever now. But just the whole Sand People thing. The rest of it, I was okay with. So, anyways, let's just give our overall final impressions, or anything else we want to add in today. Our grades. Let's start with you, Comics. I'll go ahead and just get it out of the way because I'm sure it's going to be like
negative S.
No, the way I like grading your shows is based off of the platform it's on. I give it a D+ for Disney Plus.
Here we go. What does Netflix shows get?
Depends on the actual show. If they actually had a good show, I'd give it a good rating. But you
don't like Cobra Kai?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man,
not this current season.
You don't like this season, bro.
So,
yeah.
I'm watching Lock and Key now. Lock and Key is fire.
Anything else? Any other thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate the episode. I thought it was mostly boring, and I just don't like what they did to the character.
All right.
It's a very Disney Boba Fett.
Okay. If you see him get more aggressive, would that change your initial thoughts on him?
Depends on the situation.
Okay.
But I think it's a little late, though. They kind of set the tone for him.
They could kick it up a notch, bro. You never can tell.
All right. Danny.
I'm gonna give this a B. I'm gonna leave a lot of room for improvement. Like I said, I was satisfied with seeing Boba get out of the Sarlacc pit. Some of the things that was in there with him, don't quite understand, but I've come accustomed to knowing that Disney and other Hollywood entities would do their own thing. So I'm just chalking up for doing their own thing. I think it's going to get better. Got 6 more episodes, so I think we're going to see better. I think by the 7th episode, we're going to give this a thumbs up, same way we did Mandalorian season 2. So I'm just patiently waiting.
Okay. Net Droid.
I'm gonna give it an A- actually. Yeah. And I just overall really enjoyed it. I can't wait for next week. Yeah,
I actually got up at 4:30 to watch this. I haven't done that since. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you watch the Luke Skywalker part at that time, or did you wait till the next day?
I'm not sure. When I heard it, man, I instantly jumped on it. I was like, "Holy shit!" So yeah.
I bet you get to the end of this and you hear any inkling that
Hey,
that
I'll
Mace
be
Windu is going to be in it. You're going to be waiting
I
3
will
hours
not-
ahead.
I will not go to sleep that night till 3:00 after I sleep.
Yeah. I'm going to give it let's say a B minus. Lots of improvement needed. They need to. This is going to be standard with these shows. Disney, Marvel, all these people just don't understand how TV shows or series works.
No.
They're trying to make
With that being said, why are you giving it such a high grade then?
Because I have hope. I know this is horrible, isn't it?
You shouldn't base your rating off of hope. You should base off the quality of the episode.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Oh, you mean that line that was deleted from the movie?
No, actually, it's in there. It's in there a couple times. Just
no, it was the I rebel. It was a I rebel comment that was deleted.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was getting confused.
Exactly. There's a lot of things deleted from that freaking trailer. If once you go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Hey, Becky, what's going on? Shiftygism. Thank you guys, all you guys coming in. Thank you. But I give it a B minus, possibly a C plus. I mean, it's right in that fringe area. It needs help. They need to figure out this whole, let's not make a movie and cut it up. And that was what I was afraid of this. That's why I said I didn't want Boba Fett in The Mandalorian. He needs a movie. Give him a freaking movie. I don't think his story works in this episodic format.
Clearly they don't know how to make TV shows.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, The Mandalorian works okay. I think they just need to get better in placement of where they put those episodes. But this, on the other hand, deserves a movie. And they were going to make a movie back in like 2017.
They were.
And I understand that they were doing a lot of movies. They rethought it after the bombing of Solo.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you walk away from a movie. You just say, listen, we're going to put this on a shelf. Let's develop it a little further. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. And then let's do it. I think by now a Boba Fett movie would have worked out fine.
Yeah.
And maybe he can have that cameo in Mandalorian. That's fine. But he needed a movie, not this TV show. So I'm really hopeful for what they do here. It's just I feel like this is just Mandalorian, reboot
2.0.
Yeah.
Only less competent and less mediocre. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed most of Mandalorian season 1. I thought it was okay. A lot of that stuff is that for as little episodes they have, there's just too much damn filler, and it's like pick a meta story and tell it over those episodes.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying right there is that they have to understand with 7 episodes, 6 episodes, whatever you're doing with these things, there is no room for filler.
Yeah, or make it episodic and just be about a guy hunting people.
Yeah, something.
I prefer it be episodic.
I would too, honestly. I thought it actually would have benefited from being more episodic and him just being a bounty hunter.
The expectation level wouldn't be as high it is, because if you're saying it's going to be one whole continuous story, then people are going to be like, no, this is filler. That is not.
Well,
if you do episodic, make good episodes, I think it will make the series a whole lot better, and the level of expectation of certain things people want to see or won't complain about will drastically dwindle down.
Good point, Becky. Good point.
He didn't.
How did Jabba exactly?
He sat on the slab. They just put Big Fortuna put the throne there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing. I think both of them can lend to a larger story in the background. The problem is you have to dedicate these 2 shows, Mandalorian and Boba Fett. If you're going to make them episodic, you need to give at least 15 episodes each season. And what they're doing is they think that by putting way more money into it, or that, and even then,
15 episodes in an hour each.
Yeah, exactly. Something like
that.
How
much more money that's going to be, though? So,
well, that's the thing. They're putting all this money into these short ones.
They are not hurting for money. Let's be honest.
No, they're not.
Come on.
No.
They could do it if they really wanted to.
Exactly. That's the thing. They're just trying to put as much what do you call it? That candy in there. That CGI goop over it to try to tell their story, and it doesn't do it. These 2 shows could work in an episodic format with an underlying story with about 15 episodes in each one, and that's fine. And in fact, these two shows, more than any so far, could probably work hand in hand, where they sometimes cross through each other, and you could tell that overlying story perhaps in both of them. One overlying story. I don't know. But it's going to be really difficult to get through 7 episodes and tell your story, because right now, what's the story? He's just trying to secure his crime empire. Well, that I don't know.
It would be more like establishing. The series should be about him basically taking over Jabba's empire and having to basically kill off all the people that are currently holding his assets or whatnot.
Just because he walked in and killed Bib Fortuna doesn't mean he should expect that they're all just going to come running to him and go like,
"Hey, thank you." You just made me realize something. When he walked in and killed Bib Fortuna, there's like nobody in the palace. He doesn't have any guards. He doesn't have any people tending to him. It felt very empty, and it's the same thing here, where it's like, where's his retinue, his entourage? It's like you don't see any of that with either Boba Fett or Bib Fortuna.
Maybe that's all Bib had. Maybe because the barge blew up with all those people on it. Maybe he doesn't have much left. I don't know.
There would still be people there, you would think.
I mean,
but whatever.
Like I said, I don't know, but he would. If I were doing it and I went and shot Bib Fortuna, I wouldn't automatically expect everybody who was answering to Jabba to come running to me and be like, "Oh, you're the new crime boss." Here,
you see a lot of people fighting each other to get to basically climb the way to the top.
Look at what happened to Saddam Hussein after he died, or after they took him out of power. What happened? The Middle East blew up into several factions. Everybody fought. Everybody wanted their piece of that pie. Same thing here, and that would have been a better route to go. Right now, he's just walking around expecting people to take him in as the new crime boss. So I don't know. Anyways, 7 episodes is going to be interesting to see how they handle it. I didn't hate this one, of course, like I said. So with all that said, we will see what happens this week. Let's go around and have you guys introduce or tell everybody about your channels one more time. We'll start down there with Nindroid. Nindroid, tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found.
All right. You guys can personally find me on my own YouTube channel, Nindroid243, where I am a fan editor, where I'm currently working on The Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, guys, if you want to come over there and support that, it would be greatly appreciated, because we are changing quite a bit how that film. As well as we're doing some other projects, some stuff on the channel. So yeah, thank you, Chris, for having me on. And yeah.
Oh damn! I just saw something back there. No, yeah, not a problem. Always welcome here. Let's go to Danny. Danny, go ahead.
I am Danny Graham, aka Comment Chat. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back from my hiatus for the holidays for Chaotic Conversation. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there'll be 4 questions along with the panel that will be on there, the usual suspects, myself, Chris, Alzo, Terrence, and we'll be discussing whatever 4 topics I come up with tomorrow. Appreciate the invite for this. Look forward to the next few weeks discussing this, and can't wait till next Sunday.
All right. And last but not least, Mr. Comics Division. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, please.
Hey, everybody. I'm Comics Division. I am often classified as being a Disney, MCU, and Star Wars hater, which I'm absolutely not. If it was actually good, I would call it out. You can follow me shitposting on Twitter at Comics Division, as well as listen to my, was it what I used to say? It's like shitty opinions, crappy ideas, and shitty opinions. I don't remember. Anyway, you can listen to my my hot takes on entertainment on my channel. Go check out my my review if you want to see how I really feel about it, which I mainly expressed here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
yeah, you don't have to hold back. Ever.
No, I don't. I know.
No. We're welcome to all opinions here. All right, very good. And hey, Poe, how you doing? I just saw that. Hold on, let's see here. What's going on, Nindroid?
But that was a while ago.
Yeah,
so 727.
Yeah. So basically, what I was gonna say was, Max Rebo survived the fucking sail barge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
How
you
many other
could say the same
people
thing with Bib
survived?
Fortuna. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Bib was on there too.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. I'm like, but now how many people are gonna now survive that sail barge?
Everybody. Maybe
Yeah,
he
we saw
wallowed
the
his ass
wreckage.
off
It's like decimated, and everybody just kind of jumped off and survived in the sand.
It's a good possibility people could have survived by jumping off it before it blew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a problem really.
But you think you would have seen that in this
It's
episode?
just a joke though. Like, oh, Max Rebo now survived. Now how many other people?
Indeed. All right. I am Chris Knight. Gorilla Review 3000 is my channel. Check out the Book of Boba Fett Roundtable Group 2 here in just about an hour and a half. Actually, no, half an hour. I'm sorry, half an hour. We're going at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, guys that are in the chat right now, if you guys want to come back and see what they have to say, typically we tend to have one that's a little more, I guess, negative. I don't want to. Negative is such a bad word. Maybe discerning or critical.
Who's in the second panel?
Geisker, if he can make it, because I just saw a message that that's between him and everybody that's in that. He may or may not make it. Elihu, Sci-Fi, or number one is what he's called now, but Sci-Fi is going to be there. Jason Lee Tucker, Geisker, Dandelion Fluff, and possibly Shellback TJC. Maybe. I don't know yet. Tonight, probably about a smaller group like this, because I think a couple of people had to call out for that. But make sure you show up for that and see what different people have to say about it. And thank you, everyone who did watch today. And I believe that's it, guys. So, yeah. Peace out.
See ya.
Right. Peace.